I
Yeah,
clap.
hey, clap again. That's good. Am I in frame?
Petals and pet.
Jesus Christ.
Petals and Petals, episode 4, Moon Nite. George,
Hey,
how we doing?
we're doing good.
Yeah, yeah.
We're doing really good.
That's good to hear. That's good
Great.
to hear. So, with regards to Moon Nite, your existence,
Yeah.
your career,
Uh-huh.
how do you think that's going right now?
I'm living. Not off music, but I'm living.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely difficult to live off of art. So with you know, living off art
Yeah.
and all that, if money weren't an issue, where would your dream place be to record a project?
Like, oh, okay, so like I get to record music like anywhere.
Yeah, you could go anywhere. You find a space that you want to record at, and you do it.
That's a good question. Maybe like I don't know, like upstate Washington or something. Just somewhere
Mm.
very moody and atmospheric. I don't know where else. I think really just getting out of the house at all and recording anywhere else is always really good.
Yeah.
So I encourage like any kind of traveling, and I do it whenever I can. Um, but yeah, maybe like upstate Washington, somewhere very like Twin Peaks ish.
Yeah. Does upstate Washington have any like personal meaning to you, or is it just like a place that you find?
It's just I've never been there. I've never even stepped foot in the state of Washington.
Yeah.
I've just watched a lot of Twin Peaks. I've listened to a lot of the microphones, and I feel like I need to go there like someday just to record something very
Yeah.
inspired by the scenery.
Speaking of music that you listen to and artists that have sort of helped mold your sound,
Yeah.
what 3 artists would you say have like completely influenced you and sort of helped you in this path to the creation of Moon Nite?
I don't know. It's I feel like I try not to let like specific people influence me like too much.
Yeah.
Because I mean, of course I grew up like listening to like a lot of music and being like I want to write music like that. But I don't think there's anything specifically that I was ever like, ooh, I want to sound exactly like this person.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I think a lot of my like influences, they're very like momentary. Cuz I don't know. I like right now what's really influencing me is there's this short film called Moth Light by Stan Brakhage, and he's just like taping like these moths to like strips of film and like scanning that and like doing a lot of weird stuff like that. And like I feel like that's been really influential for my music creation process recently, just being like, okay, I'm gonna try to do something that's like completely unconventional, completely like out there, but like still make it very personal to me.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, like I think like the ethos of like doing something like that is what definitely inspires me. But I don't know, maybe in terms of like what's influencing me right now in terms of like just music, straightforward, maybe like Magnolia Electric Company, this country album from like the early 2000s. That one's really been doing a lot for me recently in terms of vibes. Injury Reserve from here in Arizona. I really like their production. I've been trying to do things kind of based on what I've heard sonically from them, but not like anything too blatantly trying to sound like Injury Reserve or Magnolia Electric Company. Just kind
Yeah.
of,
Just taking small
doing what
little
feels
things.
right. Yeah. I'm taking in the information and then just doing something else with it.
Yeah, and on that path of where music is going, and the modern sound, do you think there's any sort of thing or music genre that would combine pretty well with say like shoegaze? So for example, how nowadays you hear a lot of rap being fused with like pop punk or pop music getting a bit more electronical. How would you see that working with shoegaze?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not as much of an avid like shoegaze follower as I was like I think maybe like a few years ago. But I think I do really like kind of just the sound palette of the genre. I think it sounds really cool whenever you get like even just very poppy and like noisy, like I don't know, like indie pop. That's a thing that's really popular right now, and I feel like it's very influenced by shoegaze. I think just in you hear a lot of bands that sound very spacey, and that's kind of like the goal of it. So I think I don't know. I think shoegaze is definitely past like its like relevancy peak, but it's cool whenever like other people do it.
Yeah.
I just don't see myself doing it.
Yeah. On that note, where do you want your sound to sort of head as you develop as an artist?
I don't know. Just whatever feels right at the time. Like a lot of what I'm recording right now has been coming out very like folksy and a little bit more on like the experimental side of like sonic territory, but very like traditional songwriting. And I think that's kind of just as like a product of me, like I don't know, like living in like the Southwest here and like listening to the music and watching the movies that I do. So I think it's all just very like whatever's happening to me at the moment will kind of be what the music sounds like.
Yeah. Do you think your environment has any sort of great effect on the music that you create?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I think the reason why I like opt to choose the acoustic guitar a lot of times over the electric guitar in my recordings is just because that's like the sounds that I grew up with. Grew up listening to a lot of country music, listening to a lot of I don't know, folksy music. So it's just, it's kind of what I grew up with. So it's what I think is more appealing to me than like, I don't know. Forgot where I was going with that.
That's all right.
My
Sometimes
fault.
you lose your train of thought, but I'll give you some more fuel for that. So,
Whoa.
I've heard that you've got another project in the works. False. What do you have right now in the tank?
I'm sorry. I think right now, the last 2 years, almost 3 years at this point, I've been very dedicated trying to make an album. And then I think just a few months ago I realized that's not really what I want to do at this point in my life. I want to do more things and not be defined by like one like project.
Yeah.
So right now my thing has just been a lot of, I guess, exploration into what I like and what I don't like. So maybe new music sometime this year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's 100% gonna be a big EP or an album, but there's gonna be some music, just whatever is like immediately in the moment like satisfying to put out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you think that music should be made for the people who listen to your stuff, or do you think it should be made just
Should be
for
made
you
for
to
the
enjoy?
club. For the girls.
For the what?
The club.
For the club.
If you can't dance to it, it's no good.
Can you elaborate a bit more on that?
I think if you're making music for other people, that's your choice. Good for you. At least, you know, take into account who you're making music for. If you're making it for yourself, I think that's better. That's what I do. I don't know. Haven't thought too much. Was that a knife? There's a knife on set.
Is there a knife on set?
Do you know that?
Yeah, I think there's a knife on set. Yeah,
Can we get a security level orange?
Security.
Can we
close the door, man? I think
Get this guy out of. Someone get this guy out of here.
can we get threat level orange?
don't let him have his jacket.
All right. Well, I think it's about time we wrap this up.
Oh,
Moon
really?
Nite,
That's crazy.
George,
Yeah.
is there anything you'd like to say before we close the cameras?
I'm Jacob, also known as Moon Nite, and watch out for my new movie, Free Guy. It's on HBO Max. It's also on Disney Plus.
All right, you heard it there, folks. We'll see you next time.